Hey, good morning world, it's NY here. We're back in the shop for another episode of Triple B. And on this episode, I'm building me what I believe or think may be the best or greatest hunting rifle for myself. I've never been hunting before, and I wanted to build something for some hogs and some coyotes. So this is what I came up with. This is my brainchild. And I want to know what y'all think. Let me know in the comments once we get this all done. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Yeah. Today's project is my SIG SPEAR. I hope you can see it, but yeah, this is today's project. So today's project is my SIG SPEAR, chambered in 308. So we're gonna start breaking this down. First thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and split it in half. Let's separate it. All right, so upper and lower. And personally myself, I like to start my projects with the lower. So let's go ahead and start breaking this lower down. So for my lower components, we have the Trigger Tech AR-10 duty trigger. So this is the trigger of choice for this project. I personally prefer a flat trigger, so I went with this one today. Then of course, we have all of our dye-free performance parts. So this is both the lower and the plug for the grip. I'm sorry, this is both the grip and the plug. So we're gonna definitely install both of these. That good old FDE. And got the SIG Cross stock. Wanted to try precision stock, build me a DMR rifle. All right, so let's go ahead and install these pieces. Drop this trigger and let's swap it out. We be right back. You don't need to see the bone parts. You don't need to see this. So we have removed our grip. We removed the trigger. I'm gonna flip this stock over. Pull this screw out so we can change out that. All right, so there you have it. There is our completely stripped lower for our spear. Uh-oh, I dropped something as usual, so let me pick that up, but yeah, let's go ahead and start putting these new pieces back on. So I will say this is my first time installing a Trigger Tech trigger, and the one thing I will say is follow the instructions. This one does have the 2 pins right here in the, let me see, this one does have the 2 pins right here in the rear that you got to tighten down with the Allen key to make sure she's nice and snug. And being it's my first time installing one, I've done a lot of triggers, but being it's a Trigger Tech and I've never installed one before, that's the process. So put that bottom pin in first, take your safety out, kind of rock it in position. Once you get in position, you can start snugging down on those and just turn it, make sure you get a test fire, make sure you can put your finger on it. There we go. In safe mode, nothing happens. So trigger is installed. Let's get this grip going. All right, we're still working. There we have it. We have the grip installed with the plug. I think that FDE on that good old SIG Coyote Brown FDE variation looks pretty good. We're in fire position right now. Pull the trigger. Trigger pops. Try it again. Go to safe. Nothing happened. So got the trigger installed. Got our grip installed. Let's go ahead and put that stock on. We finally got it finished. This is your cross stock. The beginnings of a DMR. Fold it out for you. There we go. So that's it. That's what she looks like, the lower all done up. So what we're gonna do is put these 2 halves back together so we can start working on this optic mount. All right, here we go. All right, so we got the 2 halves back together. Here you go. SIG SPEAR 308. Then we're gonna start working on this upper. First thing I wanna do is get my optic set in place, check out my eye relief, and then we'll go from there. All right, so the optic I went with is the SIG SPEAR BDX. This is the 2x. I'll pull out the box for you. Just take a look at it. So 2x12 by 40 millimeter. So this is what we have. And again, this is the BDX line. So I have the rangefinder to go with this, with the app to give me my holdovers. And then for secondary, we went with the classic, world famous Romeo 5. This is definitely one of my favorite red dots for a rifle, and I think it'll be an awesome secondary. So this is your SIG Romeo 5, the one of choosing. Let me get you in focus there so you can see what it is. It's not playing fair with me today. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh, come back to me. Anyway, SIG Romeo 5. This is the one we went with. So I'm gonna get all this put together. And of course, for my mount, went with the Badger Ordnance. So this is the mount we chose with the 12 o'clock mount for that Romeo 5. So let's start assembling. All right, so here's the first go. I have chosen my position for my eye relief. So now we'll take it over to the stand so we can get it leveled and mount it in the proper way. So we can torque it down the whole 9 yards. All right, here we go. Let's get it moved. All right, so we're on the other side of the shop. This is our Real Avid vise that we got set up. And this is what I use for rifles. So we're gonna make sure everything is level, make sure the optic is level. We're gonna bring up our lighting system to check the crosshairs. And we're gonna use all of our tools to make sure it's level before we even tighten everything down. And then we get it all torqued out. So let me run y'all through that process. This is my Real Avid sight alignment tool set up. So we got the rig, so we've leveled the rig to get that level and to also get the plate level. So what you're doing is lining up these crosshairs across the crosshairs on the card, and that'll give you your scope level. And once we do that, we'll torque everything down to the required torque specs. So let's zoom in a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. So here's a close-up view of what the rig is set up. So that's your Real Avid light source that goes through the optic, comes out, and then it shines those crosshairs from inside. It's kind of washing it out a little bit, but you can see it right here. These are the crosshairs coming back through the optic, and we want to line these up on the grid line. So this is your Real Avid rig for setting up an optic. So what I'm going to start off with now, I need to torque these two bolts down to 60 inch-pounds, 60, 65. I'm going to double check. And then these go down to 30. So once we get this lined up here on these crosshairs, we'll tighten everything down. All right here. So now we're back on the other side of the shop. Back at the workbench, and I've got everything torqued down, tightened up. So here's your optic setup for the Spear for what I believe, again, will be my hunting rifle that we'll use here soon. So it's all set up, locked up. Let's finish the upper, get a couple more components mounted, and we're gonna finish this bad boy out, headed to the finish line. All right, so what's left? Accutech. Is that upside down for you guys? All right, there we go, Accutech. This is the bipod I chose. Very nice. Love the packaging. Quality is amazing. I've taken it out of the box. Very heavy duty, so we're gonna put this on now. Let's go and get this installed. Tiger Claw. So another one that one of my favorite products, so we're gonna get that installed too. So the challenge is to figure out where we're gonna put this and where we're gonna put the bipod. And do we need both? So we're gonna try it out. All right, so let's get back to it. That's it. So we got our grip here, full grip, bipod installed. So this is what we have. I got one more little component I would have put on there. This is not enough, but we got one more we're gonna put on there, and then we're done for the day. So Yep, hold tight, here we go. All right, so I found this little doohickey on Amazon, and it is a holder for 2 308 rounds. I'm gonna put this right on the M-lock, right in my reach, so I can, hey, you just never know, have 2 more ready to go. So let's get this installed. All right, I'm pleased with this one. So that's my little 308 holder there. Give me a little extra 2 rounds, but this one is done. This one is done. This one is done. So we're gonna get out to the range, get it zeroed as soon as possible. We'll see how the weather looks. Might go tomorrow, because we're gonna take this to the outdoor range and put some distance on it. But that's it. This is my, what I believe, this is my new hunting rifle, and we're gonna put it to use this season. So stay tuned, more to come. SIG 308 Spear. Let's go.